Welcome back to Mud Lake Ranch, and today we're here with a review on the Mokwheel Basalt ST 2.0. And we brought it here and assembled it in the Outer Banks, North Carolina. You can see that unboxing and assembly video. I'll leave a link in the description below. But we've taken this bike 79 miles so far. As far as range, it is supposed to be able to achieve a maximum, I believe, of 80 miles. That is if you're pedal assisting. It might be more. If it's more, I'll just pop that up on the screen. And a max speed of 28 miles per hour. And I've been able to get this to 31 without pedaling by increasing the speed and max intensity. 31 seems to be the max, but I've ramped it down to 20 for when I have my kids riding it and anybody inexperienced, so that they are a little bit safer on this side street here that we have been riding on. First up, I'm happy that this bike came with the front and rear fenders. That keeps water and mud and debris and sand from splashing up on you while you're riding, making for a much more enjoyable riding experience. The seat is extremely comfortable, cushiony, and wide support so that you can sit and ride for a longer extended period of time than with a typical BMX or mountain bike style seat. The rear rack features a bamboo Mokwheel engraved platform. They do sell bags and baskets for the bike on the Mokwheel website if you want to accessorize further. But this is great for cargo. The bike features a lot of name brand parts, including Shimano gear systems. It has TEKTRO hydraulic disc brakes on the front and the rear. And so far, this thing rides extremely smooth. It features 4-inch wide fat tires, making it great for all-terrain purposes. And at the rear here, these that appear to be lights or reflectors, these are lights. The rear light and these lights here operate off the battery. So the battery powers these lights. You don't have to worry about them going out. I've ridden another bike that had battery operated lights that were independent of the battery in the bike. This one runs off the bike battery. The rear taillights here are also brake lights. So when you hit the brakes, they signal that you're slowing down or stopping. And it also features signals, so you can give turn signals without using hand signals. And just push them again to turn them off. To enter the menu mode, you press both turn signals at the same time, and that gets you into the main menu. You can control screen brightness, whether or not you want to use metric or standard units of measurement, so kilometers per hour or miles or kilometers. You can adjust your throttle speed, and throttle speed, you can adjust the throttle speed max to whatever you like. It does go up to 99, but that's not a factual number. It will not exceed the advertised 28 miles per hour, although I did say that I got it to 31. Assist speed is interesting. If you're not familiar with the bike, not all e-bikes do this, but the pedal assist without using the throttle actually activates the torque and turns the motor on to assist you with pedaling without even touching the throttle. It comes factory set, I believe, at 20 miles per hour for each passenger setting. And I had to turn that down to about 5, because when we would slow down and then attempt to turn, you take your hand off the throttle and use the pedals, and all of a sudden it would activate the motor and it would try to go 20 miles per hour on a turn, which wasn't very safe. And it got our attention quite quick. It took a little bit of a learning curve to get used to that. Up here, once you enter your menu screen, we already covered brightness, units, throttle speed, assist speed, which we just talked about, and then the intensity settings. The torque intensity can be changed from 1 to 5. I personally like it in the highest setting so that it's very responsive throttle, but if you don't want a jolty start, you want more of a easy going start, you can set that at 1. So for your riding modes, you can set it to pedal only, motor only, or pedal and motor. To set each one of these things, you hit the power button or the arrow back to get back to your main screen. And after riding modes, you have your startup mode. That can be free start or safe start. Safe start, you have to start pedaling to be able to use the throttle. In free mode, you are able to use the throttle right out of the gate without ever touching the pedals. I personally like it in that setting, but for safety reasons, when I have my kids or anybody inexperienced on the bike, pedal mode is best so that someone doesn't walk up, hit the throttle, and have the bike jump out of their hands for no reason. We're not even on the bike. If you wait 5 seconds, the menu will return to the home screen. So I have to reactivate it each time I get in here. And then the final two, trip reset and fault check, those we don't need to do anything with, and it has your software version. So again, to enter the menu mode, hit the right and left signal at the same time. If you want to use walk mode, you have to hold down the down arrow. There's a little bicycle icon there. You hold that and it will assist you walking. For me, it's been too fast, so I don't know if there's a way to change the volume on that. To turn on your headlight, which it is a dual beam, very bright headlight. I'll show you some footage here. The bike headlight is visible in daylight with absolutely no issues, and it actually makes it much safer to ride and allows other drivers to see that there's a bike coming, not just seeing the person on the bike. The light is a very bright indicator that there's somebody coming down the road. So we covered signals, we covered headlight, we covered walk mode. If you turn off the monitor with the power button, the bike is still powered, which I found to be very interesting and also not very safe. So if you have it off, you can actually still throttle the bike up, but have the screen will be black. So to disable the bicycle entirely, there's two levers underneath the screen, and this monitor comes off. Your screen comes off, and this is your theft deterrent as well. So nobody can motor away, but they can ride away. You can pedal this bike at any time, so you'll still need to lock it. The throttle came positioned on the left, and I didn't like that, so we moved it to the right, which meant we had to move the shifting levers slightly to the right and move the bell to the opposite side. For me, ergonomically, the throttle has to be on the right, and this does not come in that configuration. I believe we might have actually moved the control panel as well, and I added this bicycle phone mount, which does not come included. We got just about everything covered on this bicycle. The front forks have a easy to adjust shock. Simply turn to the right or the left, plus or minus, to control your ride suspension. And this little O-ring here that some of you might freak out and wonder what that's for, is actually it tells you how much your shocks are moving while you're riding, and it's an indication of if you need to loosen or tighten your shock absorption. So if you're riding along and it's bumpy, it should move up and give you an idea how far it traveled. So it's a travel indicator. Easy to ride, easy to shift, very comfortable ride. I give it, a 9.5 out of 10. I've really enjoyed riding this bike. Like I said, we're 80 miles and 787 minutes that the power's been on this bicycle. So there's 5 different passenger modes. Those are set in the control panel as well. Make sure the passenger says a number. If it's at 0, it's not going to ride anywhere. Up top is your battery meter, and then your speedometer is in the center of the screen, and that just about wraps everything on the Mokwheel bike. This is a standard size bike. They also make a larger version, but I'm 5'7", and this is an appropriate size for me. I can get on the larger bikes, but this is much more of a comfortable ride. So take that into consideration. They do have a height meter on their site, so you can see what your height looks like standing next to the bike in a little illustration. It's a very nice setup that they got there. Yeah, so we covered everything on the bike. It does also come with a hand pump. It does come ready to go for a bottle holder. It doesn't have the water bottle, but it has the screw holes already ready to install that. So we've ridden this bike on blacktop, which is obviously smooth and easy going. We've ridden this bike on a chunky concrete sidewalk, and we rode on the beach. It was a blast to ride on the beach. Does not go very well in soft sand off of the shore. It's just difficult to navigate, just like walking in it. It's hard to walk in it when walking is pretty darn easy. So just stick to the harder packed trail and you'll have absolutely no issues. Thank you for watching this episode of Mud Lake Ranch on the Mokwheel Basalt ST 2.0. If you found this video useful, helpful, or interesting, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe.